Welcome to Business Power Tools. Here I'm going to share with you the value of business planning to your success. We didn't make this up. Back when I was a kid, I think I was reading Popular Science or Popular Mechanics about some guy who invented a 200 mile per gallon carburetor, and I was fascinated by that. I never did learn what became of that 200 mile per gallon carburetor. Conspiracy theory, urban legend, or some other thing happened to it. Can you imagine how different things would be if that invention was real and made it to market? And we'd be getting 200 miles per gallon, that's for sure. But over the years, I've seen many variations of real 200 mile per gallon carburetors from a variety of people. I've also seen some great ideas crash and burn due to business ignorance and naivete. People suffer, resources and time are wasted, and the world loses of beneficial innovations. I believe that entrepreneurs like you have ideas to elevate humanity and solve our problems. I'm also convinced that you can be financially successful with your ideas. So my company is determined to help you turn your crazy good idea into a successful business. It's why we make these tools, to help you so we all can win. Whatever you're thinking, some people will tell you it just can't be done. And technically, bumblebees and helicopters can't fly either. I'm sure you've heard, I don't know how many times I've heard it, that 4 out of 5 businesses fail in the first 5 years. Don't listen to them. Nevertheless, a study of the proverbial 4 out of 5 businesses that failed by the Small Business Administration, the SBA, revealed that of the businesses that failed, 60% of them had no business plan. What does that tell you? So now, although we offer a variety of business power tools, let's start with the foundation of businesses and make a case for the urgent development of a good business plan now. I'm Burke Franklin, the creator of Business Power Tools. Way back when, in the mid-'80s, I helped a friend sell his engineering software to Apple. They were aware of that SBA study and wanted to see his business plan to be sure he would stay in business to provide support and updates. We knew that our plan was more of an elaborate brochure that needed to appeal to people at all levels with various expertise, responsibilities, and biases. It wasn't a novel, but a reference document where they could quickly find what they were looking for. We got the deal. And over the next year, I helped a number of people, some with some brilliant ideas, fix their business plans to get much needed venture funding. Along the way, it occurred to me that I could help many more people if I were to take the content I developed and created a comprehensive template to use. I redacted the proprietary stuff, but rather than leaving blanks for you to fill in, I inserted multiple choice options to help you with what to say and how to say it. This became our Biz Plan Builder, and we've been improving it ever since. It's perfect for anyone who sees an opportunity in the world and wants to make it their business. We followed on with a number of other products and eventually had about 10 products in about 3,500 retail stores, doing about 12 million sales with 30 people. So I've been down the road you're on, and it can get you there from here. We've been using the tools ourselves with feedback from thousands, now millions of clients, and now everything's integrated into an intuitive online dashboard. But from the beginning, it's always been in our DNA that it's crucial that your innovations succeed in our world. This means that your business must be profitable and sustainable without you losing control, your mind, or your shirt. Let's go back about 530 years. You think you're up against it? Be Christopher Columbus for a moment. First of all, the whole world thinks the earth is flat. He disagrees and is going to drive a ship around it. He needs some ships. He needs a crew. There's no MBA school to get a crew. Where do you think you got all these nice guys to work with them? There's a big promise of riches and probably very few investors who could foot the bill for this. So you got to find a limited number of kings and queens who might finance this deal. Plus, he's got no business plan software. Nevertheless, he succeeded. Today, we've got a tsunami of changes coming at us. What else is new? Here are a dozen reasons why your business is running to review, rethink, and reconsider who, why, what, and how of your business from idea to exit. Like Thich Nhat Hanh said, don't just do something, stand there. What problem are you solving? Who has it, and how many of them can you economically reach? How has that changed? What's your plan for dodging the recession bullet? Does your plan include ideas, a strategy, and tactics for dealing with, even taking advantage of a recession? What's your opportunity for growth, expansion, and new possibilities in all of these situations? Much more than a plan for investors, but a real operational strategic plan. You cannot just be too busy running your business to ignore your playbook that leverages everything, enabling your business to succeed no matter what. Even though everything's going 100 miles an hour and we've got to jump in right now and solve problems building our business, let me drive this point home a little further about the importance of taking some kind of time out. For example, here's what Albert Einstein said, and if his life depended on it: if I had only 1 hour to solve a problem, I would spend 55 minutes defining the problem and then 5 minutes solving it. I found that to be very true for myself, really understanding the problem, because then the solution practically takes care of itself. So one mindful step forward is better than 2 unplanned steps forward and 1 step crashing back.
What happens when a diverse group of entrepreneurs talk over beers about what it takes to succeed as a startup? We decided to find out what they said about business plans.
Here's what I tell people all the time, and I mean literally say go out and invest $149 in a piece of software called Biz Plan Builder or equivalent. I'm not plugging. It's an absolutely remarkable piece of software, and what it does is it guides you through every question you would need to know. And so if you're young and starting off, it's got a wizard. You'll just fill in everything, and so you'll have a perfect business plan coming out that you can hand to anyone in the country, and it covers everything that you could possibly think of and would never think of on your own. As a result of that, you'll have everything from marketing to production, all that stuff answered through a wizard, and at the end you've got a beautiful business plan that will meet the needs of any single person, and you can save an enormous amount of time with that $149 investment in just cranking out that business plan. I received a business plan from a good friend of mine who's not in his 20s, in his early 40s, and I just looked at it and I just said, he said, what do you think? And I said, I really can't say, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, why don't you go out and spend $149 and redo it? And he did that, and he just thanked me and said, my goodness, this was the best investment of time and money. And now I said, yeah, now I'll take a look at it, and I'm sure it's going to look great.
This is one of my early and probably one of my most favorite success stories, where Darren Purdue of Good Jets, he and a couple of friends were Learjet pilots. They were looking to raise millions of dollars to buy some Learjets. Unfortunately, that kind of deal just isn't something most investors go for. Nevertheless, he knew a gentleman who owned 2 planes, and he used his business plan to convince that owner to give him the jets to use for his charter service. And it took off. How much money does he need to raise now? That sure as heck beats raising $5 to $10 million, doesn't it? So I think about this, and I bring this up because what else might you leverage your business plan to get? Equipment, production space, who knows what you could get with that, where you're convincing the owner of these things, where they've got maybe few other alternatives, but they give you their to you because you're the best opportunity. And we can show you many out-of-the-box ways to use your business plan to get what you need to build your business. Here, Aaron Parnell says, our preparedness paid off when we went to the bank for an SBA loan to purchase a $700,000 wellness center in San Mateo, California. With BizPlan Builder, it was easy to compile our information to suit the bank and Small Business Administration. I call that a real win. You can't buy a better doghouse than Dave's. Dave Link was actually thinking about selling his company until he took another look at what he was doing and why and everything in his favor, and he discovered that he could triple sales and quadruple profit, and he ultimately sold it for a lot of money, and he's living happily ever after. Here, Bob Shoulders down in Fayetteville, Arkansas, technically had no computer skills, I guess, but he wrote a plan and raised 2 rounds of funding to buy a large health club. And he, even to this day, he's got people asking to see his business plan because he's definitely succeeded. Jim Albion runs a successful ad agency and business consulting firm up in New Hampshire, and he's been using business power tools with a number of clients to raise money, put in policies and procedures, basically help them in all areas of their business, and he's been wildly successful. Now here's another success that I got to tell you, I never would have seen this one coming, but the idea was, from the film Gorillas in the Mist, it raised a lot of awareness to save gorillas. But the problem was there was a friendly tribe of pygmies indigenous to that forest who were forced out. So the return of the Twa people to their homeland, $250,000 was funded through Rotary International to return this tribe of pygmies to their forest. Here's another SBA loan success story where John Farr started Adhesive Films. He said the experts told him he couldn't get the loan, but he told us that the only thing he had was experience in the business and his business plan builder. Also, no matter how big or small your business is, you're likely to have to deal with. Over the years, many of our customers have been startups, and many people think that business plans are only for startups. But here I'm going to make a case where a business plan is useful and handy throughout the life cycle of a business. So a startup, it's great for incorporating the key components to get started the right way, what I'd say minimize unforced errors, and bootstrap toward funding if you need it. And it's perfect for those who really don't know what they don't know. Now, raising capital for building credibility and demonstrating believability with investors and lenders. Nonprofits. Everything applies and goes a long way toward dazzling donors with your efficiencies and careful use of their funds to maximize their return on impact. For a growing company, you want repeatable, scalable processes that require organization, building teams, and managing employees. You got to control the chaos before it starts and continue growing smoothly. Onboarding. What faster way is there to get a new team member engaged and up to speed on the business than giving them the whole business plan to read? If you're struggling, this sucks, but I've been there myself back when, and my business plan pulled me out of the ditch. A deal is easily within your reach and just may save your bacon. Now, if your business is recently funded, like you miraculously raised millions of dollars with a pitch deck and a smile, you really want to have a plan before you burn all that cash, because you got to put systems in place to make the most of the investment in your company. You don't want to go back begging for more money. Now, with a deal with a big company, you've got to build credibility. Can your business deliver on the big deal? They're going to want proof that you have your act together. And this is where I started Business Power Tools, with a business plan to help a friend land that deal with Apple. And it's just evolved into our business plan and everything else. Now, you may be jumping ship from the big corporation, but before you leap over and out of the pan and into the fire, you want to plan your escape. You want to think it through, do the math. Now, also for ongoing strategic planning, it's good to regularly revisit your first principles, the problem you solve, your customers, the market, your operation, your team. What's changed? What do you want to change? Engaging your team in a guided collaborative process makes it work. Now, licensing. You can dodge all the bullets above. So it's really an alternative to building a company, is licensing your product or intellectual property to an established company with the resources, distribution, and sales force. Paint a promising picture, you kick back and collect money. Now, if you're going to sell your business, you want to think of this I think of this like an elaborate brochure. You're building a case for a bright, sustainable future and validate a higher valuation. Add the processes and systems that make it attractive to sell faster at a higher price. For succession planning, it's everything your kids and new owners need to successfully continue what you started. And if you carry back some of the financing, this is especially critical for you. We realize there are similar looking products all over the internet, claiming you can write a business plan in a day or a few hours, or get it all in just one page, or even do it with AI. The free stuff we find may provide some information, but often little direction, sample text, or helpful answers. At best, others offer templates as a collection of empty buckets like this one that you're on your own to fill in. Do you know what to write? Do you know what your audience is looking for? Are you not betting a great idea, your money, investment from friends and investors in the next few years of your life on this project? Here's our version of that above page. It's our secret sauce and the fundamental advantage over all the other business plan templates out there. It's expertly scripted, 100% customizable, software-driven templates demonstrate what to do and how to do it, including detailed examples in context of exactly what to say and how to say it. We give you the actual text you can readily use, or it really inspires you to say it your way. And all of our tools work like Office and are easily accessible via our visual document management dashboard. Plus, the text in green is as if a coach or a consultant is sitting next to you with advice, guidance, and even some warnings. If you're a consultant, imagine how much time this saves you. You can make your money on results, not the writing. And AI doesn't include this. In fact, you'll waste more time revising the AI. With Business Power Tools, we've done most of the heavy lifting for you. The research, the narrative writing, the creating and verifying all the financial models, and proving the presentation decks. Compared to the goals you seek, I think you'll agree that the modest investment in getting started right and finishing strong is easily worth it. Every section includes an intro video. It's me introducing the concept and explaining what any investor or lender might be looking for, so you get your mind right before you start writing and working on this section. AI doesn't give you that. This is the basic list of components included with the business plan subscription. Of course, the elevator pitch, the executive summary, a full set of narrative docs you'll see for the business plan itself. There's a wizard-driven financial model built into it, but we also include several customizable Excel-based models because you want to be able to make these models fit your business exactly. And also we include a pitch deck template, which is really more educational. It's not pretty, but you can download pitch decks all over the place, but they don't explain to you what the strategy is, what the theory is, and how to actually put together a good pitch. We also have letters of invitations to board of advisor members, directors. We have corporate LLC docs, a CRM system, and a number of other things that just round out this business plan product to make it easy for you. So the big question becomes, what do you need to do today that Business Power Tools can help you accomplish? Where do you want to start? Presuming it's your business plan, you're in luck. It's our most economical subscription investment. You can expand by adding on the marketing, PR, sales, and social media for another $37. You can add further employee policies and procedures. You can buy any package individually, or then, of course, you can get the everything deal for $97 a month. You can also include as many of your team and advisors as you want on this project for just $1 per person per month. Yeah, this is where we get you. Ooh, $1 each. Seriously, this is all the stuff you want your people to have a hand in. What better way to have everyone on the same page? You can cancel or suspend anytime. It will save your work, so when you return, you can pick up where you left off. And your low intro subscription is price protected. So keep your subscription up to date, and no matter how high prices may go in the future, your subscription always remains grandfathered in at this low rate. I think this is one of my favorite quotes about planning. A mistake in your plan requires an eraser. A mistake in the field requires a checkbook. That was our Buckminster Fuller, or as his friends used to call him, Bucky Fuller, the inventor of the geodesic dome and a variety of other genius inventions. So now that you've seen a better way, how are you going to build your business? The alternative, of course, is to keep banging your head against your desk. Rather than buying one more training course, set of books, or videos that are just going to sit on your shelf, unread, unwatched, and unused, here you can access a proven on-demand business development toolbox loaded with the actual tools you really use and continue using to build a great company. There's an old marketing adage, it takes about 5 times more to sell the new thing to a new client over what it takes to sell your next offer to an existing client. So I'm thinking there's 3 ways you can play this. One is your client can do it themselves, and you can earn a commission on an affiliate fee. You can do it for them, which is probably the most expensive option, or you can do it with them, where you're helping them where and when they need it. So the idea here is, what if you offered some productized services, a combination of technology and advisory services to current clients, supporting their back office functions, driving value, providing continuous improvement, as well as residual revenue for yourself. And we'll share 20 to 30% of their ongoing subscription with you. All you got to do is join our referral partner program, and of course, also join our business advisor network, where we can promote you to them as well. We're thinking, in an uncertain future, expanding your capabilities by offering what these tools and dashboard enable could be your biggest, easiest opportunity. Finally, I recommend using the dashboard as a sales tool. Put your logo on it, put your headline on it. It's easy and a fun demo to give, and you can show clients a variety of things you can do for them, and they can see that you've got the tools and you have an advantage over anyone else pitching them, and you can really show them how easy this is to do, and especially in some difficult economic times, this is probably the best bet between both of you to get the job and get it done. Our mission is to infuse higher consciousness into business and practices, transforming how entrepreneurs think and act as they build and run their companies, with software templates that minimize mistakes and maximize success, enabling you to offer your products and services to make a difference in our world.